Jeff Bezos' Washington Post, that's the newspaper that brought you Democracy Dies in Darkness, has a new idea: get rid of freedom of speech. That's the case made in an op-ed by former Time magazine managing editor Richard Stengel. He says it's time to cancel America's 200-year experiment with free expression. It may have survived a civil war, 2 world wars, half a century of communist subversion. But the First Amendment, he claims, has outlived its usefulness. Why? Because Stengel is worried that in a marketplace of ideas, the wrong ideas are winning. According to Stengel, it's time for the United States to start passing so-called hate speech laws. Americans shouldn't derive their standards for rights from the founders or from our own history or from even what our people want. Instead, we ought to be taking our tips from Arab dictatorships. This is a direct quote. Even the most sophisticated Arab diplomats that I dealt with did not understand why the First Amendment allows someone to burn a Quran. Why, they asked me, would you ever want to protect that? It's a fair question. End quote. Stengel's wording tells you a lot about the way he thinks. Arab diplomats are sophisticated. Perhaps they went to the same corrupt schools that he did, or maybe they eat at the same restaurants. If they don't like free speech, then it doesn't matter if all of them represent corrupt, backward autocracies. Their opinions are worth listening to. Chinese diplomats are sophisticated, too. They read books and attend symphonies. Maybe Stengel will listen to their views on human rights next. Because that's, in the end, what this is really about. To Stengel and people like Stengel, only respectable people, that is, members of a coastal privileged opinion-setting class, are allowed freedom of thought. Can you imagine if you tried to circumscribe Richard Stengel's speech? You're not allowed to say that, Richard Stengel. We're going to throw you in prison. Would he be for abridging the First Amendment then? No. But in his view, the rest of the country can only debate on the terms set by him and his friends. But right now, that's not happening. America's elites have screwed up the country, so ordinary people aren't listening to them anymore. Most people don't care what Richard Stengel thinks. Does Time magazine even exist anymore? Probably not. It doesn't deserve to. It was garbage. Stengel complains that free speech is allowing, quote, falsehoods to spread online. He says that free speech is undermining tolerance and enabling discrimination. That's a smokescreen. It's Stengel who is pushing intolerance and discrimination. He's literally advocating against free speech. But he needs intolerance and discrimination because that's the only way he and his friends can keep controlling you.